like travel abroad and play tournaments, he can be very, very good. But we'll see. Time will tell.
Thou ask and thou shall receive. Magnus Carlsen against Hikaru Nakamura.
Hikaru Rudolph Nakamura. E4 is the first move from Magnus. He's not messing around anymore. We'll learn a lot from the opening here. Does Magnus want to play it a bit safer? Does he want to take a risk and go all out? He's playing the 4 knights. That normally means a slightly more level game. Hikaru plays a move that he actually faced just a couple of days ago. Fabiano Caruana played this very move against him in India at the Global Chess League.
But Magnus looks like he's trying to remember.
Hikaru likes to play this knight takes e4 in this variation. He's played it against me before. I think last year he played it against me. It's a funny move, but it is fine for black. Like you can take back the piece, but then black brings his queen out and pins the knight.
But look at the differences in face here. Hikaru is laughing about it, and Magnus is like, "Oh, what was this again?"
Yeah, this is exactly how my game was against Hikaru. Like black takes the knight and white brings the bishop out with check. Eventually, we get a equal endgame where both sides have 6 pawns each.
But it's very drawish though.
Yeah, I mean in general this variation is very drawish, and I think Magnus wants to play it solid here, given that he's has a half-point lead.
I mean, we know that Hikaru if he gets the chance with black pieces against Magnus, I mean it doesn't matter to him that he's half point behind. He takes a draw.
Yeah, I think it's just his strategy. Like he makes a draw, wins the last round, he gets 9.5 points.
But is that one of the aspects where we feel that Hikaru throws away some tournament wins in his very pragmatic approach?
Historically, yes, I would say. And that's maybe why he's not beaten Magnus on a consistent basis in many big finals, many big matches, because it feels like he's doing the chasing or he's the one who's kind of allowing Magnus to dictate. But
we know that Magnus would not choose to do this in the same situation as I mean, if Magnus had 7.5 points and Hikaru had 8, we would never see the opposite type of approach because Magnus is so aware of table standings.
Yeah.
But at the same time, nobody's gonna ever get the respect that Magnus gets from the other players, given his status, right?
True, but I just feel as though, I mean, sure, Hikaru is one of the players who actually do table understanding to a different degree, but takes players like, for example, Wesley So, who is so good at playing chess, but doesn't necessarily have the group standing type awareness.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Magnus specifically said about Wesley So that he's someone that was like very close to him at some point, but he just didn't go for the chances against Magnus. He was shying away from complications and playing super solid. So yeah, it is the case that sometimes his rivals can have too much respect.
And
here,
strategy works against 99% of opponents. It's just Magnus who can punish and kind of take a lead and run with it. Even if he doesn't punish Hikaru in this one game, like often law of averages, like he just scores higher.
Yeah, and also that background that Magnus is just as interested in the sporting aspect of chess as the chess aspect itself.
Ooh, tactics on this board, finally. As we saw a deflection tactic, Magnus taking a pawn. If the black king had taken, then the bishop in the center would have been lost. So Magnus has grabbed a pawn, but Hikaru's rook is about to get very active after a trade of bishops. I'm not sure whether you take the bishop now or whether you give a check first, but...
The play starts to get concrete here. Hikaru is probably going to trade bishops. He does it the other way, and then captures on g2. I mean, the evaluation of the game has still not changed. Like Magnus is not in any danger here. He can try to double rooks, and he has a very healthy position. If anyone, I would still take white here.
Double rooks on the e-file. At some point, you can even commentate this pawn, and probably the whole king side at some point disappears. Should be a draw with best play. But of course, there's still life left. There's still a ticking clock. I saw earlier in the chat at the top, the battle of the super dads. But who will be Father Christmas at the end of this tournament?
You have some such strong ones today, David. I really appreciate them.
Impressive stuff.
We've been talking to Ariantari here a little bit about Iranian chess and how it's doing right now, but we see that Magsudlo is always up there, and he now has a draw to move to 8 out of 10 points. It's flooded with Iranians.
Yeah, Marsudlo has been Iran's top player ever since Alireza switched federations to France back in 2019.
It was a tough freestyle for him, though.
Yeah, that was it's painful to lose 10 games in a row. Farham is such a strong player. It shows that tilt is for everyone.
Except Magnus, as we said, who tends to strike back better than most.
Yeah, you can beat Magnus once, but not twice in a row. And he's trying to get the bishops off here. This really should be a draw now. I'm expecting a bishop exchange, and black can come and take some of the pawns back.
No dirty flagging.
Ooh, 6 seconds in it. Maybe if Hikaru can keep an extra pawn. I don't think he can here. We'll see everything traded off now, and the white rook go behind. If you could keep an extra pawn, Hikaru, then maybe. But no, it's level material now. If anything, it's Hikaru has to be careful. Maybe Magnus will go for the dirty flag. He did it against Grishuk from an even worse position.
Hikaru seems disappointed. It's just like he thinks that he could have done it easier than this. Well, now he has to play some precise moves. Like the pawn on a7 is hanging for now, and if you move it, white can maybe try to activate the king.
Yeah, the white king was coming, so the king is cut off. But now Hikaru has to defend.
This is not that easy.
No. This is flagging territory. Like, Magnus can play this on for at least another 50 plus moves.
And Magnus is definitely going to try hard to win here. I mean, if not for the position, like just he has a 30-second advantage on the clock.
Oh. This is also, this is difficult. Like, even trading off the pawns, the black king is cut off across the board now, cannot retreat in front of the white pawns. So Hikaru actually goes for it with his own pawn, leaving white with 2 connected passes.
Can you go c3 now?
Yeah, c3, the white king would have stepped back. That was also an interesting idea, but he's keeping that up his sleeve, Hikaru. Magnus moves his rook away.
You're going to start to give checks now, Hikaru.
Some checks.
Was that maybe Magnus something he missed?
It must be, right?
But why didn't he could just have given checks there? I didn't see how Magnus could get away from them.
Yeah, as soon as the white king walks up the board, then you take.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should still be a draw, though. Hikaru's pawn is so strong right now. Yeah, I think Magnus maybe missed a small opportunity somewhere to at least keep the game going a bit longer. Probably always was a draw. Great defense from Hikaru. And now the question is whether Magnus repeats by giving some checks. If not, then he might find himself in a bit of danger. He goes back. He smiles, plays on. He wants to risk it. He wants to give a check to the black king, then come back with his own king. Now the black king is cut off, but not for long. Now we'll see the black king move on over. This is about how ruthless Magnus is feeling, how merciless. It's a dead drawn position.
He's smiling.
The worst one.
The B pawn is kind of the worst pawn you can have, actually.
It's the Philidor position as well, so anywhere on the line it would be a draw. But
C pawn is a bit more tricky, but here there's no tricks. I think if Hikaru had like 25 seconds, it's very possible, but with 49 seconds, it's...
Do you think Hikaru just gets annoyed by this?
Not anymore. Just for a few seconds there.
I mean, Hikaru would do exactly the same thing.
There's 2 players now with 8.5 points. The problem for Magnus is that he has already played against